Hey, welcome to News You Can Use. I'm your host, Brandon Gomez. And some of the biggest names in music are landing in Toronto this weekend for the Juno Awards. For fans, just know the who's who of the Canadian music industry will be here, including Deborah Cox, Avril Lavigne, the Arkells, and Mustafa the Poet, plus so many more talented rising stars. Now, before we get into those details, I need you to do a few things, like subscribing to this channel, tapping that notification bell, smash that like button, and don't forget to follow us across all of our social media. The details are in the description below. So today, we are actually talking to a few of those talented Canadian artists who are nominated for this year's Junos. They're going to share how they're feeling ahead of the big night, what it took to get here, and the Junos Submission Access Program powered by TD, and how that helped them reach this amazing milestone. Let's bring them in. Well, I am very excited to be joined by some very talented Juno nominees, Serena, Adrian Sutherland, and the Manitou Mukwa Singers. How are you guys doing today?
Good, thank you.
Good. Amazing, thank you so much.
This is such a huge accomplishment. Let me start off with Serena. What does it mean to be nominated for a Juno?
I've been doing this for a very long time and I had to pretend to be someone that I wasn't. Now I get nominated, like now I'm being seen, and like that is just the most affirming thing in like my whole life, really.
What do you mean by the fact that you had to pretend to be somebody that you were not?
Performance of masculinity, honey, you know, being assigned male at birth and being forced to be a certain way when it's just like the woman in me was always suffering. You know, I'm even still learning how to take up space and not filter my body, you know, let my hips hip and my wrists wrist, you know what I mean? Like getting to channel that all into my art, and like, you know, like that's how I've been able to survive through all this. And then getting this nomination is just like insane.
Yeah, and that really is the beauty of art. I want to go over to Adrian next. I mean, how does this nomination feel for you?
It's something I've been working at for so long, creating music and putting so much into the music, and to finally get nominated, it really means a lot to me.
I want to go over to Valerie and your daughter Maya, because I know this is like a family group, the Manitou Mukwa Singers, and you guys are also got the nomination. So how are you both feeling?
As soon as we got word, I was really excited. It's a big honor for my family and my community because we've been singing for a long time, since my girls were small.
Do you feel validated with this nomination?
To me, the whole process is the validation, just the process and the support, you know, because we sing for the spirit of the people, and you know, you're not really supposed to be acknowledged for that, and it just feels really good that the songs go out there and help the people, and that they feel that.
I know all of you have such deep meaning behind your music. There's vulnerabilities there for each of you. Can you talk to me about some of those vulnerabilities, and what does it take to have the courage to be so vulnerable in your music?
It's scary. You do this for a very, very long time, and I'm sure y'all can, you know, relate to this, where you're struggling, and you don't know why you continue to do this. You only know that like you have to do this for some reason. And so when I finally released the album, I was like, y'all are literally getting a full like insight into my life, into my diary, into like, I really don't hold back in what I talk about or what I sing about. And like, just to know that that's all out in the open for people to take in and to critique and to have opinions about it, like, is scary.
Like Serena said, it's a scary feeling at times, because you put so much of yourself into the music. Some of the songs are very personal. For the longest time, there was one particular song that I you know, couldn't bring myself to bring out into the world. I think I sat on it for over a decade.
What song was that, Adrian?
It's called Nowhere to Run. It really is about my mother's story, who is a residential school survivor and who also suffered domestic abuse. So there's a lot of hesitancy when you're putting out songs like that with such deep meaning and personal feelings.
You know, I so appreciate you guys kind of sharing, you know, the vulnerabilities and the challenges that you guys have had to go through in your career. I know even just nominating yourselves for a Juno can be challenging because there are fees associated with that. But like, shout out to TD who kind of powered the Juno Submissions Access Program that allowed you guys to be able to submit your amazing body of work. So how does that feel to know that you had the support of such a, you know, fundamental organization like TD?
It felt really good for our group. My other daughter joined us, Minga is another daughter.
Hey Minga!
Hi.
Welcome to the party.
Financially, it was always difficult because there's always us and then the grandkids always traveling. So we'd always like try to figure things out. And I really appreciated TD when we submitted our when I submitted the proposal and it got accepted. I was like, hey, we got accepted, and you know, that's awesome. And then we wouldn't know till March, and then it just totally blew me away. I was just like really flying high. I was like, we got nominated. Music to me is energy that lifts the people's heart, and that's what the job is.
Yeah, well, I'm so, you know, I love everything that you guys are doing, and I think it's so amazing, and it's so important to support like Canadian artists, and you guys are at like, you know, the forefront of that change. And Serena, I know, like, you know, just talking with you and hearing your story, and I know it's going to inspire so many people. Are you feeling that sense of support knowing that you had access to this program so you could get that body of work out there?
To be honest, the support of TD, like, it has gone beyond just that submission. It's really like it's opened up a lot of press and a lot of visibility for me. And it's like me trying to get onto those channels by myself. Like, I've struggled. I've wasted a lot of money on publicity, on marketing that just like went nowhere. That visibility is something that like is so important, and it's something that I haven't had access to before. So for that, I'm very thankful.
Yeah, visibility is so important for artists, but even for people to see more, right? To see difference and to see and embrace all of that. Hey, Adrian, anything you'd like to add on to this subject as well?
Well, yeah, I think being an artist from an underrepresented community poses its own set of challenges. I mean, I come from the remote far north. There are no roads here. There's no venues to play in. So it's difficult to, you know, to get in front of people, to get exposure. So, you know, having the support of the Juno Submission Access Program, you know, is certainly, you know, helped.
So, okay, you know, you guys, I like to have a good, candid conversation, but I also like to stir the pot a little bit. So we're gonna take a little turn here. How badly do you want to win?
We've already won in my mind. We've already won. We've already, the process, just the process alone, we've already accomplished. And to me, the message is you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to.
Serena, how you feeling? How badly you want to win? Because I know, lay it on me now.
Honestly, I would love to win. It would be such an honor. But at the same time, I'm not trying to give anything a lot of weight in my life. So for me, it's just about focusing, because whether I win or not, like, I'm still going to continue. I'm still going to thrive. I'm still going to do the moment. This is part of the whole journey. And I'm trying not to think about a destination. I'm just trying to think about within.
Adrian?
You know, whether I win or not, I think it's you know, I still feel like, you know, looking back and seeing how much ground I covered over the last little while, I've really done a lot, and I really wish the best and much success for my fellow nominees as well.
Amazing. Well, I'm wishing all three of you guys, you know, all the best success, and I hope one of you guys, at least one of you guys, brings home the trophy so I can take a photo with it as well. But know that we will be following your guys' journey and continue doing amazing work. And thank you so much for joining me on Music News. I appreciate you guys.
Oh my God.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
Hey BG Squad, thanks so much for checking out our channel. And listen to this, we have more great content for you, like this video right here and this video right here. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to this channel right now and tap that notification bell.